Did you know that some of the most profitable businesses in Africa are the ones that people laugh at? While most people are chasing office jobs and fancy titles, the real money is hiding in unusual, so-called dirty businesses. So today, I'll reveal 7 overlooked hustles that can make you rich. Now, these businesses, some may call them dirty businesses, but these so-called dirty businesses have been proven to work in Ghana, in Nigeria, and in Kenya. So we're going to start with number 1, and that one is going to shock most people. Now, that one is called waste collection and recycling. Now, Africa produces over 125 million tons of waste every year. Yeah. And most people see trash or rubbish, as we call it, as a problem. But did you know that rubbish or trash can be seen as gold if you're an entrepreneur? How would that work? Now, in Accra, people can collect rubbish 400 to 600 cedis daily. In Nigeria, some can even make 200,000 naira weekly. In Kenya, e-waste alone is breaking people 50,000 shillings. Yeah. Now, how does this work? In Ghana, what people do is that some pay for their rubbish collection monthly, some pay for it daily, some pay for it weekly. And so, the people get a tricycle, you register with the appropriate authorities, you get a tricycle, and then you start going home to home and collect the people's rubbish. And that is the interesting part about the rubbish collection business. So instead of seeing garbage, you basically be seeing money. And that is it. Now the second thing, or the second business idea, is poultry and animal waste fertilizer. Yes. Farmers need cheap organic fertilizer. And animal waste is a gold mine. Even though it may smell, but it will also be bringing you some money into your account. Now, a single truckload of poultry droppings, depending on locality, whether it's Kumasi or Accra where you are, can sell for between 2,000 to 3,000. If you're selling maybe in a typical village, it can go a bit lower to 1,000 to 1,005 Ghana cedis. In some countries like Nigeria, cow dung is being turned into biogas. Right? You know what biogas can be used for? You can use it instead of LPG to cook up in your homes. It can be used for industrial purposes. Some people use it to generate electricity also. I mean, there are many uses for it. Now, it may smell bad, but the money will be sweet. Now, the third one is what we call public toilets and sanitation. It is not glamorous. It is not beautiful, but it pays. Right? And in Accra, then, if you're in Ghana, you're in Nigeria, you know what public toilet is used for. Most people use it. It's not free as some places in the West. You need to pay something to access the public toilets. Some places pay 50 pesos, some pay 1 cedi, some pay 5 cedis. There is even a company that has done it such that, depending on the kind of luxury that you want, if you want very nice looking toilets, you pay a bit higher, like 5 cedis. If you want average looking toilet, which are also neat, you pay 1 cedi. And it's neat, you can have access to it and use it whenever you want. And people are making a lot of money from just public toilets. Some are bringing 500 to 700 cedis. But the key to public toilets is a location. Right? It needs to be situated at a very busy location. So, for example, deep in the markets, it can be like markets like Makola markets, if you have a public toilet there, because it's a place that a lot of people are, and people will need access to it. Some people don't just have WCs, they also have places where you can bath. And so you can get a bit more money for it. Some even have done it such that they are not charging you only for the public toilet. If you need to have access to maybe like a tea or something, you pay something a little bit more. And so they have made the whole thing into a very interesting business. Now there's also another side of public toilets, which is like the mobile toilets. So when people are having events like funerals, weddings, which are having like an open space, or even like musical concerts, shows, and open areas, venues which don't have access to WCs or washrooms or toilets, what happens there is that you rent out these public toilets. So we even have like normal ones, we have the luxury ones where are a bit more pricey. And those guys are making over 15,000 cedis every month from these public toilet rentals. right? This is called mobile toilets, specifically rentals. And so if it's something you're also interested in, you can look it out. I mean, most people will laugh at the idea of public toilets, but the owners are also laughing all the way to the bank. So you can decide to laugh at them or be laughing all the way to the bank. It is your choice. Now, the fourth business idea is scrap metal and e-waste. Now, think about these things. Old fridges, broken TVs, car parts. What happens to them when they are no longer in use? Scrap dealers collect and resell them for high profits. Yes. So in Nigeria, the scrap metal industry makes over $1 billion a year. In Ghana, the e-waste business is booming in Ghana. Not just e-waste, but the metal waste is booming in Ghana, what we call scrap metal, right? The collectors can earn between 200 to 500 cedis a day, where they sell them to big guys who either, whatever they do with them, they are making their money. And in Kenya, e-waste is also a huge business in there. It's selling between 1,000 shillings per kilo, 1,000 shillings per kilo. So one man's trash is another man's treasure, and it's all on you. This is a simple thing that you can start with. I mean, if you don't feel like doing something like e-waste, you can even go smaller. Plastic bottles. It's also a very good business you can start with. You gather them up, you sell it to the companies that do partial recycling, and then you are good to go. One man's trash is another man's treasure. The fifth business idea is septic tank emptying. This is one of the dirtiest jobs out there, but it's also one of the most profitable. In Accra, one can pay between 500 to 1,000. Some even pay more than that. These guys come in with their cars. Some people call them toilet pullers. Right? They come with a toilet puller's car and they extract it and they go and put it wherever they need to put it. I mean, in Lagos, operators can charge between 30 to 60,000 naira per job. With just 3 to 4 jobs a day, I mean, that's over 7 million naira a month with one truck. And in Ghana, I can imagine how much you are making with one truck. And so it's a tough work. It's difficult. The smell may worry you, but the demand will never run out. And so you can ask yourself, if you don't mind the smell, it's a good business opportunity for you. Now, the sixth one is charcoal and firewood supply. Millions of households in Africa still cook with charcoal and firewood. And the thing about it is that it's very cheap in the villages, right? It's not just even for households. People that run chop bars and local restaurants and stuff still find using charcoal as an alternative to LPG because they feel like it is cheaper for them to do. And so you can go to the villages, buy it at that price, bring it to Accra, have people in Accra that are interested in something like this. Maybe you can talk to the restaurants, shop bars who already use charcoal and then introduce it to them and then just give it to them. And that is it. So if you're able to move 20 sacks a day, you can pocket about 1,000 profits, subsidies in a month. I mean, it's a dirty business, but it is literally powering Africa's kitchen. I mean, the funny part is what we call party jollof flavor in Ghana. It's mainly from charcoal when they are cooking it. Now let's go to the last one, which is also very, very interesting. It's called the sand construction gravel supply businesses. Every house which is being built, every road which is being built, every building project, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a school, they need sand and they need gravel. So most of the times people go to the tipper trucks and then they bring the sand, they bring them gravels, and then they use it for building and for construction. I mean, it is not something which is neat. You can't wear a suit and do it, but these guys are making money from it. Now, I've forgotten the current prices. I think you see that above on the screen. This is how much people are currently paying in Ghana just for sand and gravel, right? So you don't need to even do it yourself. You can get the cars, find a competent driver, and then the driver does it for you, and then collect your daily, weekly sales from the driver. So you can make a substantial amount of money from these sales. So if it's something you are interested in, I mean, it is dusty, it is sweaty, it is heavy work, it's difficult, but the construction industry never sleeps. I mean, one man said that the whole of Ghana is a construction site because construction is always going on in the country, in every corner, from the north to the south, from the east to the west. buildings are now going up, roads are being constructed, and so if it's something you are interested in and you have a desire for it, you have knowledge in the industry, it's something I encourage you to do. Now, this is something which we spoke about, 7 business ideas which are dirty but will bring you a lot of money if you are interested in it. If you like what we've spoken about today, just give us a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, encourage us to continue producing more content like this. We have another video here talking about how you can invest the money you have made from these businesses. Click on it, watch, and see you guys later.